Hello again. I've noticed time and again that whenever adults in position of authority, whether teachers, police officers, or politicians, try to get down with the youth and speak the language of young people and generally be with it, modern and up to date, the results are invariably embarrassing and always fire. Whether it's using street language or pretending that they are fans of some pop group, teenagers always spot the imposture and mock it. Sometimes the byproducts of such mockery take on a life of their own, and so it has proved with the case of Amelia, whose name is now a byword on the far right for resistance to mass immigration and multiculturalism. I hear that the name has already been given to a couple of girl babies for political reasons, a trend which can only grow. So who is Amelia? A while ago, Prevent, the government agency whose task is to spot signs of radicalisation among school children and college students so that they can be identified and deterred from going on to plant bombs or engage in stabbing sprees, came up with the idea of devising a role-playing computer game in which young people are exposed to the dangers of radicalisation and manage to find their way back to the path of normality. In real life, of course, the people who carry out terrorist acts are Muslim fundamentalists. But to avoid appearing Islamophobic, those working for Prevent prefer to pretend that the risk is really from alienated white youths who are lured astray by the siren song of anti-immigration campaigners. It was this mad tendency, incidentally, which caused Prevent to let Axel Rudakabana slip through their fingers 3 times after he had been repeatedly referred to them. They were so busy looking for these mythical white, right-wing potential terrorists that they altogether missed a wicked young black man who went on to carry out a murderous stabbing spree against a bunch of little girls. Anyway, Prevent devised this computer game and showed how a white school child encountered a college student called Amelia, she of the purple hair and distinctly gothic appearance. The game was called Pathways, and I give a link to it in the description to this video, just in case any viewers wish to play it. Amelia is, in this early incarnation, no more than a crudely drawn cartoon figure. You can see her in the link which I give. She raves on about the danger to British identity posed by immigration, warns of imminent violence, civil war, and I don't know what all else. She is, according to the Pathways game, definitely a person to give a wide berth to, lest she lead you astray. Of course, many white teenagers who were encouraged to play this absurd game did not like seeing it suggested that it was they who posed a risk to society rather than Islamists, and so they rather to Amelia. Talking to each other after they had been compelled to play Pathways, they agreed that she was the only character with whom they actually identified. As I said, this is the danger when adults try and play this game of understanding young people. They always get it wrong, and the law of unintended consequences kicks in. So it was that Amelia became something of an icon to the white kids who were being told that they were potential terrorists. It didn't take long before their older siblings and parents got to hear about Amelia, and they too were rather enchanted with this young heroine. From there, she took on a life of her own. I need hardly add that the Liberal left have been infuriated at the Amelia phenomenon and are now fighting back furiously, denouncing the interest in Amelia as being the province of incels, neo-Nazis and terrorists. You see, AI has been used to give Amelia a life of her own. She may be seen in the thumbnail to this video protecting a schoolgirl from the attentions of the Muslims who seem to be pursuing her. Images of this kind are now circulating all over the internet and more are being produced every day. For some light amusement, I give to a link in the description to this video to a piece from The Guardian published yesterday in which their political correspondent fulminates against the whole Amelia business. The left are now waking up to what's happened. I have an idea that by the end of the year, Amelia will probably be one of those words and phrases which hardly anybody knew in January, but by December are common currency.